But before we join the drive, let's get our bearings. The Tail of the Dragon is Route 129 between Deal's Gap and Tubcat Creek. It is 11 miles and 318 curves. And if I show you what that looks like on an illustrated map, you can see exactly what we're driving here and why there were so many smiling faces at the end. Well, now that we know where we are, let's take you for a drive up the Tail of the Dragon.
Well, this is the Tail of the Dragon. It's a high crash area for the next 11 miles, it says on the sign there. And we're just crossing into Tennessee, which is just completely epic. I'll try and keep the commentary going as we go through these wonderful switchback corners. I've got James in front of me, I've got Pat behind me. We've got a GT3, we've got a Turbo S, 997s, 996s, 991s, all in convoy. And of course I'm in the Silver Dream machine. 996.2, 3.6 litres. I've got the benefit, of course, that other people don't have in the group, which is I can change gear on the steering wheel. Well, hey, whoops. Mustn't look upwards whilst I'm on a switchback corner. Man, this is a good car. For anyone thinking about getting a Porsche, I strongly recommend it to you. For reasons that you can watch on my videos, but very briefly, these are the most usable cars. And you can do things like this with no problems at all. Proper sports car behaviour. And then on the next day, you can get in it and go to work. They're so good. They are that good. Strongly recommend it. We are actually following a guy on a Harley Davidson as well. He's not hanging around. Probably bad at going as fast as we would want to go. This is such a lovely road. You actually don't want to go too fast because there is so much to see. The countryside is astonishing. Mr. Biker's had enough and he's pulled over. Give him a little wave, thank you. Don't blame him. If I saw 12 Porsches behind me not hanging around, I would do the same. And I'm the lucky one who gets to sit behind James's Soul Performance exhaust, which I absolutely love. The pops and the crackles from it. The sound of the engine is absolutely terrific. Having so much fun. This is living the life, you know. As I said, in the pandemic, we've as a family we've just holed up and gone nowhere. I do feel a bit guilty about leaving my lovely family behind, but on the other hand, I feel as if I kind of, you know, it's good. I'm enjoying it, and it feels like oxygen for me. Just to be away doing something on a motoring basis is just fabulous. I'm trying to commentate whilst also talking, and I realise how hard that is. But there we go. So being on vacation with people who are just doing the same thing, the same passions, are up for a laugh, is phenomenal. This road, man. It's left, it's right, it's left, it's right. Completely brilliant. Oh, look at that view. Round we go. Oh, there's people collecting rubbish. That's nice. Why people would actually throw rubbish out of their car in the first place. There we are. Another bike. Thoughtfully getting out of the way. Porsche Entourage. locked into second gear on the Tiptronic. Second gear is all this needs at the moment, these roads. I've got all the torque and power that I need. And we're keeping up with a 991. No worries. Admittedly, neither of us are driving at 10 tenths. It's brisk, but nothing unsafe. Which doesn't sound terrifically sexy, does it? But, you know, don't want to have a disaster. That would be the worst thing that we could think of. This is an absolutely fabulous road. I can understand why people like coming here, and we will be back. So for those of you that are watching this and thinking, I'd love to have gone, stay tuned, you guys. There's another reason to subscribe to my channel, as if one were needed. But we will come and do this again, I promise you. And we'll try and be a bit more organised about it next time. We'll try and get some group bookings involved, and also see if we can maybe do a group booking down at the Porsche Centre. It's about 3 hours away from here, and just make a good long weekend of it for a broader group. If you're interested in that, let me know, would you? Either in the comments below or via my email address in the description. This sort of thing interests you, you want to come and drive the tail of the dragon. James will soon be very busy with daddy duties with his new baby, Ruthie. But we can do this maybe in the fall again. If you'd be interested, now's the time to let us know. Still haven't got out of second gear. Another biker in front of us now. I hope the entourage is keeping up. From what I can see, they are. I think this bike will slow us down a bit and then I'll catch up, because there's nowhere to go. Once you're on the tail of the dragon, you're committed to do the whole thing by the looks of it. Oh, look at me, I got into third gear, but now we're going straight back down into second. Just a biker pulling over, thank you. Thank you. Along the way you see photographers sitting under, you know, sort of tents, open tents. I think they're called Killboy or Killjoy or something like that. And if you go onto their website, you tell them what time you were driving, and then you'll find that there is a picture of your car on the tail of the dragon. Third gear again, but down into second. And if you go to Deal's Gap, which is just roughly where we turned onto the tail, is where you can buy pretty much anything associated with the tail of the dragon. Stickers, t-shirts, toasters, microwaves, cars. No, I'm joking, but if you buy something from there, I was given a 10% discount with Killboy for those photos. And James is pulling away a little bit. Maybe I need to get the gas down a bit harder. Doing it too reckless. MX-5 if you're watching elsewhere in the world. We're climbing up this hill. left and right and left and right. Very few roads that I've been on that are this good. If you've ever driven any of the mountain passes in the Alps, Furka Pass, Stelvio Pass, this is a faster road, I would say. It's not all, 180 degree switchback turns. A lot of them flow. Some of them, like this, however, are quite tight. There's a good mixture, and there's more of them, and they're shorter than the Alpine passes. So, different kind of place. Obviously, up in the Alpine passes, you get those mountains as well, which are astonishing. But I'm very privileged to say I've driven the Stelvio, courtesy of the Rust Bucket Rally. If you are ever in the UK and you want to do a very good rally, 2,500 miles around Europe over 3 days normally, my friend and colleague Carlos Baldry, hello Carl, is the organiser of that event. I can put you in touch with him, and the idea there is for charity. Carl has collected a lot of money for charity over the years. He's done a terrific job. You drive around Europe in a car of £500 or less, and see if you can get round. And he takes you on a magnificent adventure around Europe, and it involves. That's how I drove the Stelvio Pass. He planned it really well. So I've become a fan of these types of passes ever since that. They are an experience, and particularly if you pick the right car, and I think I'm in the right car for once in my life. I did the Rust Bucket Rally in an MGF with my friend John, and we had an absolute whale of a time. I'd like to come and do it again one day. I will come and do it again one day. But we are in Tennessee, which seems really exotic if you're a Brit, and it is really exotic because it's fabulous. What a great state Tennessee is. If you'd have asked me 10 or 15 years ago whether I'd be driving the tail of the dragon in my own Porsche with friends and colleagues from having built up a little YouTube following with a friend of mine, I would never have believed you. Here we are. Sorry I'm not looking at the camera very much. And we picked up somebody in a Ford sedan who might have a slightly more measured approach to driving than we've been taking thus far. He's pulled over. Good man. Thank you. Yeah, that's better. I think Mr. Miata is having fun. Miata is on my list of cars to own one day. I'm just saying that now. I think Miatas are fabulous. I have driven a few before, and I've enjoyed every time I've been in one. They are just the archetypal sports car done correctly, in my opinion, at that price point. And he's having a whale of a time too. Shift up to third. We're cruising a little bit now. No need for high revs. That's not achieving anything. We've got enough torque in this 3.6 litre engine to mosey along quite nicely. Round we go. Doing my best to stay on my side of the road. It's always good to try and do that. Even though I'm kind of wishing this was a one-way road. No idea how long this goes on for, but there's a big part of me that would say if I had time, which we don't, when we get to the end, to turn around and come and do it again and just spend my day going up and down it, frankly. It would be a happy day, but it is going to be a happy day anyway, because we're off to the Porsche Centre for part 2 of the day. Like a toy shop of days. scenic overlook, yeah, but that's underestimating it. That's the dam. There's the Fontana Dam. Wow. What a car this is. What a car. Everybody canes me because it's a Tiptronic. And Mr. Lauderdale on the YouTube, if you're watching too, this is a sports car, my friend. We're going to disagree on that front. GT3 RS just gone the other way. But this is a sports car. M3. Hello, Mr. M3. Quite surprised that we haven't seen many cars going the other way, actually. There we are, catching up on a pickup truck now. Mr. Miata is letting us past. Ah, interesting. Jeremy's just telling us that was in fact a GT2. Holy cow. I would be at dangerous speeds in that. That would not be a healthy car for me. I'm not sure that would be a healthy car for me to be driving. Now we've caught up with a pickup truck and a couple of SUVs now. So that might be game over for us in terms of any sort of slightly energetic driving. But that's all good. It's all good. The scenery is here for us to enjoy. And of course, if you're going slower, you get to see a bit more of it. So good for us. I have to say, a lovely bunch of people that turned up. Everybody very chatty, very pleased to see everybody else and just talk about their passion. Some people have driven a long way, and that's just great. That really is great to just join the gang and come and enjoy. You know, that's really fabulous. So, and Don driving all the way from Las Vegas, that's terrific. Banesh from Connecticut as well. Funny that he only lives 20 miles away from me. Banesh, Ricky, thanks guys, really appreciate you coming. Chris as well, Hal as well coming with Don. And of course Jeremy, Pat and James. Couldn't hope for better people to hang with. Really, I mean that as well. Terrific, really terrific. Oh, we got rid of one pickup truck, so that's a bit of a result. Two SUVs in front of us. Wow. For those of you that might live in the UK, if you've ever driven the Rhinos Pass up in the Lake District, hello Charlotte and Lee, my friend Charlotte and Lee who took me there, and Daisy and Emily of course. That is kind of similar to this. Beautiful sights, some just fabulous passes. That could be a good place. I've never driven the North Coast 500, and I was chatting to a colleague of mine who has, and Carl Baldry as well. He runs trips around the North Coast 500, ultimate rallies, look for them. I'd like to do that up in Scotland. You can go literally around the perimeter of Scotland, and it's a 500-mile drive, and apparently that's very, very good as well. Scotland, for those of you that have never done that, is astonishing, absolutely astonishing. And I think we've come to the end of the Tail of the Dragon, so we're just going to pull in here. My friend and colleague James, Auto Amateur, watch his channel and subscribe. We're just pulling off, and I think we'll say goodbye to people and just reflect on our fabulous drive. Signing off for a minute. Catch up soon.